So here I am revising my A Bible Believer Looks at World History, which is a book that I wrote to teach homeschoolers world history that I sell on Amazon and Lulu.com. And so I'm revising it. I'm looking it over. I'm going through the things again and considering what I want to change or add. So this is helping me, but I appreciate you watching. So the argument for a late sojourn in Exodus based on the statement that they built the treasure city of Ramses, who didn't rule until the 19th dynasty, according to some, is irrelevant in light of the use of the name Ramses before any Ramses ruled in a burial painting of Amenhotep III of the 18th dynasty, at least 60 years before the rule of any Ramses. In fact, Moses, 16th century founder of the 18th dynasty, bore the name of Ramses, meaning son of Ra, probably as a throne name and perhaps representing a term much like son of God, as Ra was the principal god of the Egyptians, the Sun. The residence of the family of Jacob in Egypt and the subsequent events of the story of the Exodus are hotly contested among traditional historians. Some regard the entire thing as a myth, while others see that there's no evidence either for or against. I've even read where some conjecture that it was the Jews who built the pyramids, even though these structures are not mentioned by name in the scriptures. Moses' identity in secular history is also one of debate and challenge. You will read some that say that the Egyptian woman who adopted the baby in the Ark of Bulrushes was the woman who eventually became Pharaoh herself, Hatshepsut. Not surprisingly, many archaeologists claim Moses never existed. The quote fathers of all modern Bible versions, the Anglican clerics Westcott and Hort, also did not believe that Moses was anything but a mythological character. Moses is even thought of by some to have been an alternate name for the Egyptian pharaoh who commanded the worship of one god, Aton, the man who supposedly introduced monotheism or the belief in one god to the Egyptians, Akhenaten. Nevertheless, there are so many gaps in our knowledge of ancient Egypt that basing your belief on the existence of a biblical personage on whether or not some clue has been unearthed in an archaeological dig yet is foolish to say the least and short-sighted at best. Belief in the biblical record is much more certain and clear than relying on what has been found or will be found in an ancient much-robbed tomb or in an ancient garbage heap. Sooner or later, if you continue your education, you will run into such works by unbelievers as Sigmund Freud's Moses and Monotheism, designed to overthrow your faith. Freud will be mentioned, I'm going to mention much later, as one of the destroyers of Western civilization, but that's for much later. So, according to Strong, Moses means drawn as in lifted out. The scripture's own built-in definition in Exodus 2:10 agrees. There's no known secular record of his early life as an Egyptian prince outside of the much later recording by the Jewish trader and historian Josephus. As according to Neisler, there are approximately 80,000 flood stories in 72 languages. There are also parallel stories concerning Moses' birth and retrieval from the Nile. Satan counterfeited the birth of Moses in the account of the Akkadian king Sargon, whose own mother allegedly saved him by hiding him in an ark of bulrushes, as reported in Rook's Ancient Iraq, written in 1964. Although you can find a few parallels to biblical events in ancient myth, all you have to do is read these myths and read the Bible to see how fanciful and incomplete the myths are and how matter-of-fact and reasonable the biblical account is. We'll talk some more about Usher and Moses and Manetho and things like that next. I hope you enjoyed this. Please feel free to make comments if you disagree with something I said. Let me know what it is, what your reasoning is. And thanks for watching the video.